Hold on, Jack. Are you suggesting these weather anomalies are going to continue?
Not just continue, get worse.
After Dennis Quaid's character prophetically predicts serious climate change in nearly 2 hours of neat special effects and little else, the Vice President of the US makes a speech live on the Weather Channel of all stations. He explains how a new day has come, where his first address to the people is delivered on foreign soil. What is being told here is that the theory of climate change will affect change to the point where nations will no longer exist, and are no longer sovereign, but interdependent.
The fact that my first address to you comes from a consulate on foreign soil is a testament to our changed reality. Not only Americans, but people all around the globe are now guests in the nations we once called the Third World.
The film Deep Impact depicts the procedures if a major cataclysm were to strike the Earth. Morgan Freeman plays the role of the president, which is an interesting note even for the most shallowest of observers. He informs the public of the impending disaster. The president informs the populace that there are underground bases, or arcs if you will, that can harbor human life until the dust settles. A lottery will decide who will be given access to the safe underground shelter, while the others will have to survive their impending doom. The producers of the film also forgot to mention that the president and other elitists will have first-class access to the arcs as well.
While we are confident the missile attack will succeed, it is only prudent that we now take cautionary steps to ensure the continuation of our way of life, to guarantee that there will be enough of us left to rebuild a new world in the unlikely event that the comets do strike the Earth. So, in the soft limestone of Missouri, we've been preparing a network of immense caves, and they're almost finished. And we can put 1 million people in them. And that 1 million people can survive there underground for 2 years, until the air clears and the dust settles. And the cave is more than a dormitory. It's our new Noah's Ark. We're storing seeds and seedlings, plants, animals, enough to start over. On August 10th, a computer will randomly select 800,000 Americans to join the 200,000 scientists, doctors, engineers, teachers, soldiers, and artists who have already been chosen. Other countries are preparing similar caves along whatever lines they feel are best to preserve their way of life. This is ours. Beginning tonight and continuing until the crisis passes, I am declaring a state of martial law. The armed forces and the National Guard are working with local law enforcement. A national curfew begins at midnight tonight. Now, wherever you are, go home. Stay off the roads after sunset. Crimes against persons or property will be dealt with swiftly and harshly.
This next clip shows the underground bases that are portrayed in the film Deep Impact. Interesting to note that the evening news never showed us these clips, especially in 1998. The film AI reenacts in many ways the blueprint for the new age for humanity. A world toppled by climate change that leads to the implementation of Agenda 21-like measures to recoup civilization. This then leads to the cybernetic age, where humans and robots will coexist and intermingle. At the end of the film, it is interesting to note that the sole remaining survivor to be discovered by the alien species is the protagonist of the film, David the Cyborg. Perhaps Spielberg is subliminally giving hints on how it is the machines, or cyborgs, that will survive and lead man in this new future.
Those were the years after the ice caps had melted because of the greenhouse gases. And the oceans had risen to drown so many cities along all the shorelines of the world. Amsterdam, Venice, New York, forever lost. Millions of people were displaced. Climate became chaotic. Hundreds of millions of people starved in poorer countries. Elsewhere, a high degree of prosperity survived when most governments in the developed world introduced legal sanctions to strictly licensed pregnancies, which was why robots, who were never hungry and who did not consume resources beyond those of their first manufacture, was so essential an economic link in the chainmail of society. You are the enduring memory of the human race, the most lasting proof of their genius. We only want for your happiness.
Global warming is the catalyst to ignite the flame that will burn through humanity forever. Understand that global warming is another ruse for all of us to give up our rights, to save a planet that has endured more than a slight increase in temperatures and carbon emissions, which in itself is debatable. This will force the people to conform to a collectivist society where individuality will be destroyed. Once there is no more individuality, then the elites can shape us as they wish. The film AI parallels this blueprint envisioned by the elites. A world where humanity itself will be destroyed and only the ones with superior genes, along with their cyborg slaves, will survive and live in peace. We must remember that the elites do want peace, but that peace doesn't include you and me. Peace is when there is no longer any opposition to those in power. They will live in peace, while we rest in it.